This is On the Island on CBC Radio 1, 99.5 FM in Souk and Machosen. And if you commute into downtown Victoria from the West Shore, you know the crawl. Every day you peer through your windshield and see hundreds of other drivers inching along the highway with you. Now imagine one day looking and seeing people actually crawling. Not in their cars, but on their hands and knees. That's exactly what you can expect to see out there soon. Aaron Richards and Eric Berg are professional communication students at Royal Roads University, and they're two of the organizers behind what they're calling Crawlture Jam. They've made it through the traffic to join me in studio this morning. Aaron and Eric, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. And what is a Crawlture Jam? Eric?
Well, the idea behind the Crawlture Jam is we are reframing perceptions on what things that we usually take for granted, accepting as our social reality. And through the Crawlture Jam, we will be literally crawling across the highway to make people stop and question the things that they take as part of their daily routine.
Aaron, where did this idea come from?
This is born from a class assignment that we have to do for our program, and we got really excited about the idea of culture jamming as an ethical practice because it's providing multiple perspectives on something that we are usually told to just look at in one way. And so we decided, we kind of talked about what are the things that bother us, what are the things in Victoria that we would really like to call attention to, and we thought the call would crawl. We actually all unanimously decided that that's the thing that bothers us the most, and so that's kind of where it came from. And then we played with the wording and decided that we were going to do a big event and crawl along the street.
Are most of you stuck in the Colwood crawl at some point? I mean, is that where this frustration came out of?
I've been stuck in the crawl many a time, and while I've been stuck in the crawl, you have a little bit of time to stop and reflect on life. And, not just the physical stalls and jams that we get into, but the, internal blockages and jams that we have to deal with all the time that is holding our natural flow hostage, if you will, holding it back from moving smoothly and allowing new ideas to form.
You're taking quite a philosophical, I appreciate the philosophical stand on it. Mm-hmm. Do you think it'll have a practical impact on anyone or anything?
Yeah, I think it will. I think that the idea of just people sitting in their cars and viewing this, it's going to sort of take them out of that moment of being stuck in that traffic jam. And I think for me anyway, when I've been stuck in the crawl, I'm texting or don't tell the police that.
Yeah, I won't.
Texting or, like just thinking about other things. And this is really bringing people into the moment. And what we're hoping is that that this could be a call for action for some people. They may decide, tomorrow to write the city and ask for an overpass, or they might just decide to bike tomorrow or carpool or ask their boss to come in later or, those kind of things. And so we're hoping for some tangible actions, but
somebody do a culture jam of their own. Think outside the box, question things, and try to get a new perspective on life.
What about the practicalities of this? When's it happening, and how many people are going to have, and so on?
It's happening next Wednesday, a week from today, July 6th, and it's at 5 o'clock. We're meeting at the St. Joseph's Church Hall, which is on Burnside. It's 785 Burnside and Mackenzie. And we're going to all meet there in the parking lot, and then we're going to walk down to the intersection of the Trans-Canada and Mackenzie. And we're hoping for 100 people, and we're just going to basically start crawling in two separate we're calling them pods, two separate pods on either side of the crossing Mackenzie, so either side of the highway.
Okay, now forgive me for sounding like one of your parents. Are you going to be safe? Are you going to be right there beside the car? Where are you going to do this? How are you going to make sure no one gets hurt?
What we're doing is we're not actually disrupting the traffic flow. What we're doing is we're crawling on the red lights. So when it says walk, we're crawling. And we have a safety team. There's going to be at least 3 of us on the safety committee, making sure everybody is safe and secure. And also those people will be wearing safety vests. And those who come out, if they want to bring safety vests, that's great. If they want to wear bright clothing, that's great too.
And what about knee pads? This strikes me that I'd have some rough knees, quite sore knees at the end of this. Are people going to be looking after their joints?
Yeah, we're actually making a call out. We're going to be writing on our Facebook page as well today that we do need some knee pads. So if anyone's willing to lend us knee pads, that's great. We kind of did a practice crawl yesterday, and it's pretty sore on the knees.
I bet.
It is rough terrain.
No kidding. What do your professors think about this?
Yeah, they're really excited about it. They've been excellent all year, supporting us, and with sort of these ideas that are going a little bit further than the regular flow of idea.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually had our program head write us an email. I think it was last night or this morning. She CC'd us, and she basically sent out an email to all of our professors who we've had all year, basically saying they're going to be on the CBC tomorrow, and support them and tune in. And it's been really nice. We haven't had a single unsupportive feeling from this. So,
what do you guys think is the importance of doing? Well, I guess of being clever. Like, I mean, the thing that caught our attention was the fact that you'll be crawling, and it'd be quite something to see as you're stuck in the commute. I mean, how will this be different? Do you think what you're planning versus, I don't know, somebody standing out on the side of the highway with a placard saying "We want an overpass" or something? Just something a little less surprising.
Right. Well, I think the activism has gotten a sort of a bad rap almost because it's gotten very political, and very biased. That somebody has a certain cause that they're going against somebody else's, saying this is what you should do. And I mean, that's where culture jamming kind of stemmed from, was a reaction to mass media and advertising and saying the streets are public space, and while we can't afford to, the average consumer can't afford to have messages that counteract these corporate messages, they can do something that's using their imagination and spinning things around in a different way. So the really neat thing about culture jamming and what we're doing with the Crawlture Jam is that it's completely unbiased. It doesn't take a specific cause, even though we are taking on the Colwood Crawl. It's more of a metaphor, more of a call to action for people to stand up, stop crawling and stand up.
And the other thing about it, too, is that because a lot of protests and rallies do, like Eric said, have political causes behind it and different agendas, I think this is actually going to bring in different demographics of people, like maybe some high school students will come, or maybe some senior citizens, just different people who might not feel necessarily safe in a demonstration or a rally, or they might not feel aligned with that political cause. So it's just for everybody, which is really cool.
Yeah, we're just going to be having some fun with it. This is the important thing here. It's experimental and playful activity, essentially. That's everybody's welcome to come join in and have some fun.
Well, it's an interesting idea. Thanks for telling me about it, you guys. Thanks for joining me right now.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Aaron Richards, and Eric Berg are professional communication students at Royal Roads University, and they're two of the organizers behind what they're calling Crawlture Jam. It takes place next Wednesday, 20 minutes after 8. This is CBC Radio 1 on the island.